Taking a little pause on the quest for Miriam's turkey, I'm driving out to Missouri to Bart's place. It's Friday, May 4th, and I'm going to be able to catch the last 2 days of the spring season. Now in Missouri, you can only hunt turkeys till 1 in the afternoon, so I think Bart has some fishing on tap for us. Stay tuned. The landscape changes a lot going from eastern Colorado into Missouri. Right here was a detour I had off I-70 in Kansas. The trees get much taller and greener as you get closer to Missouri. Yeah, thanks a lot, Kansas City. Alright, Bart said to meet him down by the creek. He'd be out there fishing. Well, I found Bart's truck right there, and I'm pretty sure that way out there is Bart. He's after crappie. He said he caught a few more. That's more than a few. Dang. That night I get settled in at Bart's place and we're up early for turkeys. We got one on the roost over here gobbling, but he went down and crossed into his neighbor's field. We spotted a hen out there in the field, and that's the field that Tom's crossed. So we went walking out in the direction they went, see if we could kind of close a little distance. Bart saw one over the crest of this hill, so he set up a decoy and tried to call one in. Unfortunately, he didn't want anything to do with us. So now it's time to go fishing. I wasn't much help on this first setup because I didn't know what needed to be done, but after this, we had it down to a science. Boom, 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 we're in the water. Bart gets us started off with a nice crappie here. He pulls in another one. And that right there is my first crappie I've ever got. We even managed to get a double. Look at that. And then from there on out, it was on. Not everything made it into the boat. And not everything was a keeper. We ended up each getting our limit. Alright, so Bart's going to show how he cleans them up. Now what Bart's going to do is he goes back and cuts out the ribs. Now it's time to cook some of them up. It's just a really simple cover it in the breading, throw it in. What was that noise, you ask? Well, that was a tank. Tank would love for us to share some crappie with him, that's for sure. That's the end result. Man, it was good. Now we're up early Sunday morning and we get set up on top of the hill where the toms went yesterday, where we ended yesterday's hunt. So we're up there, and as light comes, a tom pitches down 150 yards in front of us, which is kind of downhill. And he goes the other way and heads toward where we were set up yesterday. So now there's two gobblers coming back toward us. So Bart says, let's try to double. I said, all right, I'm going to let that first one come unless he looks spooky. If he's not spooky, I'm going to let him come and see if both of them will come up over the hill enough where we can both get a shot. Those jokers came 50, 60, 70 yards just in front of us and just below the hill. We never could see them. They skirted around to our left, so we shifted left. And unfortunately, they just kept going out that direction. We never got them. So I started taking some video of the other wildlife around. About 11 o'clock, Bart head back to the house to do some final packaging on the crappie. Right after he left, I spot this hen in the neighbor's field behind me. Unfortunately, there were no toms attached, or no toms in the vicinity that would answer me anyway. So it's about 3/4 of a mile back to the truck, so I'm going to go out that direction, see if I can maybe call something in off an adjacent property, and I run into this. That's Bart letting me know there was turkey poop right there. Then I ran into this. And those turkey are mocking me. That's the truck right there. A few steps later, I notice this. Yes, they are indeed mocking me. Well, and that wraps up the Missouri turkey season. I only had the 2 days, and you only hunt till 1300, 1 o'clock. So that's that. Now it's time to go fishing. Right off the bat, we get a double. Then believe it or not, we get another. And then again, it is on. Not everything's a keeper. We each got our limit yet again. Monday morning starts out with Tank getting some training. So Bart shows me around some public ground. I'm kind of looking for a spot maybe to archery hunt this fall. Look at that deer trail. There's a nice little pond in the woods. I'm going to remember that. So now it's time to get back on the water. We start with a couple little ones. I got the wrong kind right here. Finally, I get a keeper. Now I leave this run in here. I want you to just note the stringer. Stringer's there, stringer's good to go. Bart's catching fish. That's a nice one. I'm on one there. Again, note the stringer. All good things. Note the stringer is not there. The fish pulled the stringer out of my hands when I was trying to put one on. So I lost 3 fish on that stringer. They surfaced twice, but we couldn't hook the stringer and bring them back in. On the second time they surfaced, we noticed the 2 top ones were off and it was just the one single one still on. So now we're trying to catch it, and after a while, we just realize it ain't gonna happen. So we go back to fishing, and yes, I'm an idiot for losing it. Bart's catching crappie. Bart pulls in a catfish, and I'm on the wood bass. Bart's got a catfish, he's got a crappie, and I'm back on the wood bass. So Monday I was struggling. I was snagging everything, I was catching wood bass, I lost the stringer. It was just a bad day fishing, which is still a pretty good day. But now it's Tuesday morning, it's time to head home. As I'm driving in eastern Colorado, I noticed this off in the distance.
I'm on my way home from Bart's house right now. I noticed this off in the distance and I pulled over.
Eventually the boss runs the other one off. So that was my Missouri spring adventure this year. I'd never gone crappie fishing before, and that was a blast. When they're spawning, they're aggressive. I didn't get a turkey this year, but you know, you kind of got to give yourself more than 2 days to have some good luck. So kind of planning on maybe getting a few more days in next year. A big thanks to Bart for having me out and showing me around. If you haven't done so already, give us a subscribe right here. I'm going to put another couple turkey videos right there. Thanks for watching.